Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a 2024 Chevy Malibu. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Malibu. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Nick and Gage. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic. Fuel economy is 28 around town and then 36 on the highway, with power outputs being 160 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. Now, before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, first off, I love this red paint. It absolutely pops, but you guys can see the body lines. They're pretty crazy. And also, just like a side note, think about that color that's on the Blazer on the Malibu here. That'd be crazy. Anyways, popping down below, pretty cool light design. I like how you've got like the chrome trim that goes into the grille here. Got the Chevy bow tie front and center. And yeah, lots of chrome trim action. And you guys can see the little turn signal indicator off to the side. And putting it all together, I think it's a pretty good looking car. Not crazy by any means, but I think it looks good. Now, coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245, 40, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you got the silver on the top with the metallic gray. And I love how the fender pops out a little bit. And then you guys can see mirror cap body painted there at the top. Then you got some chrome trim there around the windows and then on the Malibu logo as well. And here is your full side view on the Malibu. It's kind of similar in size to a Toyota Camry, roughly. Now, taking a look at the key fob here, you guys can see you've got your unlock and your lock function, remote start. You've got the opening for the trunk and then the Chevy bow tie there on the back. And popping into said trunk, and oops, I didn't pull it up all the way. There you go. You've got quite a bit of storage space. You've got those little latches right there so you can throw it on the seats for even more storage. But some of the big benefits of this is pretty dang practical. Cool looking taillights there, and you guys can see all the badges here on the side. And then we've got parking sensors here at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, what do you guys think about the looks here on the Malibu? Now, popping into the back, you guys can see it's soft touch all over the door panel. Here's kind of a closer look at that whole setup. Lighting's horrible right now. Anyways, you got this trim here around the window control, which is also pretty cool. And then taking a look at the seats, you guys can see perforated all down the center portion. Really nice stitching as well. And then when it comes to legroom, it's really solid. We also have a little storage pocket here. We got some vent action here in the back, USB action down below. Of course, we also have a cup holder armrest here in the center. And then last but not least, headroom. Pretty good. Now, taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch all over. And then we've got all of our window controls here. Notice the front one's automatic. Get your mirror adjustments, memory seat function, and then there's a quick look at the mirrors. And then taking a look at the seat itself, you guys can see, again, perforated all down the center. Power adjustments here on the side. And we got some light control action here as well. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. Of course, got the Chevy bow tie front and center. We got practical controls here on the front for like the center stack, your cruise control, heated steering wheel button, and then there are radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. And then you got regular stalks there on the back too. And then here is the gauge cluster setup. You guys can see analog on either side. Then you have that screen in the center, which you can use to see different bits of info here on the car. Pretty standard setup. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Resolution with this is pretty solid. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, you guys can see, first off, we've got a touchscreen, pretty dang responsive. Has Apple CarPlay, has Android Auto. You've got like the shortcut buttons there at the bottom, and then also some physical controls down below that as well. Now, parts of the dash like this are soft touch, which is pretty cool. This is not soft touch, but it kind of has the appearance, which is interesting. Auto stop start, you got your hazard lights, and then you guys can see down below, we've got our dual zone climate controls. We actually have heated and ventilated seats in this, which is kind of a nicer luxury feature to have. And then we've got a little storage area in front. Shifter there for the CVT. Got some cup holder action right next to it. And then look at the trim here, really nice. And then you can see here with the little phone holder. And then notice we've got our center console, which is pretty good. Got some nice padding here on the top. And then, yeah, pretty normal sized glove box. So here's our one sticker for the Malibu. This is a 2LT. You guys can see all the standard equipment. Base MSRP, this one does have some options added to it. Total MSRP $34,635. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, and through the rest of the rear, and let us set off. So we are setting off in the Malibu with the 1.5 turbo. First off, seat comfort's actually really good. I wish these seats were in more Chevys because these are softer than what you get like in the trucks, for example. So interesting, right? Very interesting. Ride quality is really good too. It's comfortable. Guess that mirror is not adjusted whatsoever. There we go. Yeah, it's just floats down the road. It's pretty quiet too. There's a bit more road noise than like a standard luxury car, but it's pretty good overall. It's pretty good overall. Just drives well. I just like the overall feel. We'll see kind of how heavy or light this feels coming around here. Not too bad. Definitely can tell it's a CVT. It's definitely got that CVT feel to it. We're going over the train tracks here. Pretty good, pretty good. Get into it a little bit. Woo! It's honestly, it's competitive for this segment. I wouldn't call it fast by any means, but it gets up and moves at a really solid pace. So yeah, let's kind of get into summing things up. By the way, if you hear any rattling, it's my tripod. Man, that is annoying. Okay, anyways. It's comfortable. It's quiet. Seats are comfortable. It comes with, I would say, a solid amount of features. That's where this is priced at. Yeah, I think it drives well, all things considered. I will say though, it's a little bit weird. I think it's a little bit weird that's a CVT. It's like I think it's the only Chevy that has. I might be wrong, but no, wait. Let's think for a second. Yeah, I think it's the only Chevy that has a CVT, so it's kind of strange. And it does make the driving characteristics feel a little bit weird. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Malibu. But you know, as like a in this class of car, I think that it's a pretty good offering, value wise. But yeah, regardless, let me know what you think.